The fortification of the engine room has become the ultimate mandate for the hierarchy, and amidst a sea of potential targets, Guimarães emerges as the definitive piece to solve the tactical puzzle. While the skeptics point to his age, whispering concerns about a 28-year-old Brazilian, they fail to see that in the theater of elite football, this is not a barrier, but a badge of supreme physical and mental maturity. It is, in truth, the golden autumn of a professional's journey, a period of radiant peak performance. Look back to the moment the powers that be brought Bruno Fernandes to English shores. The Portuguese maestro was 26, and he ignited an instantaneous revolution within the squad. And securing Guimarães now carries that very same weight of destiny. Granted, he may be 2 years the senior of Fernandes at that time, but in exchange, United inherit a gladiator ready to deliver his prime years without delay. His arrival would be a catalyst, a surge of electricity to embolden the collective and propel them toward glory. For he meets every brutal, unforgiving standard required of a midfield general in the furnace of English football. An industrious soul, a warrior's heart, a surgical precision in distribution, and those fleeting moments of pure magic that decide the fate of empires. At his current home, the number 39 has evolved into the quintessential all-action midfielder. But his true brilliance lies in the shadows of the first phase, operating at the very genesis of the attack from the defensive line. In this modern era where the high press is a relentless tide, receiving the ball in deep areas is a task for the brave and the gifted. To take a pass in the belly of the most demanding league on the planet means feeling the hot breath of an opponent on your neck. Yet this ability to thrive under such suffocating pressure is the most lethal weapon in the Guimarães arsenal. He shields the ball with a defiance that is almost poetic, anchoring himself with a formidable upper body strength that refuses to be bullied. His fluidity allows for sudden, jagged turns and pivots that leave defenders chasing ghosts, a technical elegance that renders the opposition bewildered, unable to find a foothold as the trajectory of his movement shifts like lightning. Even the dark arts of tactical fouling prove futile against the sheer sturdiness of his stride, for he scans the horizon before the ball even arrives, mapping the enemy's position with a predator's instinct. This spatial awareness transforms Guimarães into an unbreakable pillar of reliability for every pass originating from the back. Under the heaviest clouds of pressure, the ball is a sacred object in the Brazilians' care, and Manchester United are starving for this proactive identity. They yearn for a soul who dares to possess, who dares to stare down the pressure and pierce the first line of the opposition's blockade with a single, incisive verticality. Kobbie Mainoo has offered glimpses of hope with his velvet touch in confined spaces. But the burden of an entire season's transition cannot rest on the shoulders of youth alone. The addition of Guimarães provides a battle-hardened upgrade to the engine room, a man with the cojones to carry the weight of progression and share the load with his peers. That ability to dribble through the eye of a needle, turning a defensive crisis into a razor-sharp counterattack, is the very currency the inhabitants of Old Trafford are desperate to spend. Across the digital landscape, fans are already dreaming of this partnership. One observer noting that Guimarães glides through chaos like oil in a rusty machine, easing the pressure on the back four and gifting the attackers the oxygen they need to explode. Beyond the intricate escapes, it is his distribution that defines the elite status of Bruno Guimarães. Ever since his arrival from Lyon, his footballing intellect has undergone a profound evolution. He has mastered the rhythm of transition, his timing honed to a razor's edge. He knows precisely when to unleash the high-risk dagger that shreds the defense, and when to hold the ball to maintain the pulse. This is the true value of being 28, the seasoned experience that brings a priceless composure. Every decision is a calculation, safe yet never sterile, ensuring the spark of creativity is never extinguished. The data speaks of a man sitting at the top table, leading the league in ball recoveries before immediately launching a vertical assault. Sluggish builds and sideways passing have no home in the United DNA, and Guimarães brings a shot of pure adrenaline to the tempo. The moment he wrestles possession from the enemy, the ball is thrust forward with a velocity and an unerring trajectory, a decisiveness that keeps the attack at a fever pitch, giving the opposition no time to breathe, no time to regroup their fractured lines. His ability to spray long-range passes is a weapon of mass destruction, making him the ideal successor, perhaps even the upgrade to Casemiro. Those crossfield diagonals that once ignited lightning attacks are now Guimarães' specialty, delivered with a staggering precision that exploits the vast prairies of space on either flank. Each trajectory from his boot is an invitation to threaten the goal, whether it's finding the explosive run of a winger or the darting movement of a striker. There is a deliberate intent in his passing that is impossible to ignore. He rarely settles for the mundane or the safe sideways ball. Guimarães rarely permits himself the luxury of a meaningless lateral pass. He pours every ounce of his power into each action, driving the ball with a venomous velocity toward his comrades. The data from the previous campaign confirms it. He is the preeminent force in the league for successful penetrative passes into the heart of the opposition's final third. This is the territory where legends are forged and matches are won. And it becomes even more tantalizing when the Red Devils possess a maestro already shining in these pockets of space. The bridge between the defensive anchor and Bruno Fernandes promises a reservoir of creativity, a relentless supply chain of goals, as the Brazilian's evolution now ripples through the attacking front. With 9 goals and 5 assists in the Premier League season of 25-26, alongside 2 clinical assists in the League Cup, Guimarães has proven he is far more than a mere pivot. He is a match winner, possessing the uncanny knack for arriving at the precise moment to dismantle a deadlock, providing a lethal edge when the pressure is at its zenith. Should Mainoo partner with Guimarães, the union of youthful exuberance and seasoned wisdom would create a foundation of granite, one to drop deep, to dictate the pulse and shield the perimeter, granting the other the absolute freedom to roam, for Guimarães is more than capable of storming the penalty area to deliver the finishing blow. Conversely, he is equally prepared to sit in the shadows, acting as the springboard for his partner's flair. This rhythmic interchange of positions and telepathic understanding would offer United a kaleidoscope of tactical options. For what he lacks in sheer physical stature at 6 feet tall, he more than compensates with a predatory intelligence for space. Furthermore, his prowess in dead ball situations is a weapon of subtle beauty, his vision often manifesting in the most unpredictable ways. A delicate flick of the outside of the boot or a surgical pass threaded through a needle-thin gap between center-backs. Yet set aside the attacking metrics, for his true worth is revealed the moment possession is surrendered. He is a vacuum of space, one of the league's premier defensive scavengers. When a side demands a high-octane press, they require a tireless engine in the engine room. And Guimarães is that engine, a man who will cover every blade of grass to protect the sanctity of his defense. His agility allows him to shadow opponents with a relentless shadow, combining raw instinct with the cold calculation of his interventions. That South American fire, not that garra, is the soul of his game, as he never shies away from a thunderous challenge that rattles the very bones of his adversary. The roar of the crowd follows every bruising tackle, for his attitude exerts a psychological stranglehold on the opposition. They know the moment they touch the ball, a storm is coming, a hesitation that breeds mistakes and fractures the confidence of the enemy. As one supporter eloquently put it, the fire in Guimarães' soul evokes the spirit of the midfield gladiators from the early thousands, those warriors who would tear up the turf to defend their kingdom. And a fee under £100 million for such a multifaceted weapon, from distribution to destruction, is a bargain of epic proportions. He is a proven titan of the Premier League, and he possesses the steel to fortify the Red Devils for a generation. But the question remains, is he the final piece of the jigsaw or just another expensive dream? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. And if you live for the beautiful game, subscribe to BallPulse. We break it down every single week.